Sunday of the Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic. It's weird to say, but it's truly special. There's something about it that people don't understand unless you've been a part of it. It's the biggest event of the year. There's the most prize money, the most at stake, the best athletes, and the biggest stage in surf sports. If you want to be a champion, that is the day where you need to produce your very best. And if you can do it, you can go down in the history books as one of the all-time greats of surf sports. The Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic is special, and Super Sunday is where it's at. The southerlies started blowing on Sunday, and the wind is really causing havoc. It's different and it's very tough for the competitors. You've got that cross chop the whole way home. The waves have dropped off ever so slightly, but every now and again, a huge set stands up and it cleans everybody out. It's the most difficult conditions you're ever going to get in surf sports. Big surf sometimes, dead flat other times, a crosswind as well. It's truly a tough test.
The Shore & Partners Summer of Surf Shannon Eckstein Classic is worth 10,000 points, which is huge for the overall point score, and it's also worth $25,000, which is the richest prize money event in our sport at the moment. So there was 60 athletes in the heats on the Sunday. So we had 3 heats and then 1 repechage, and everyone wants to be in that final, but only 20 can be.
Still a tough field. They're the top girls you're racing against, but it was exciting. I hadn't made the final the day before, so when I crossed the line third, knew I'd made it into that final, I was really relieved. Yeah, I was really happy.
In my mind, I belong here, I deserve to be here, and that really helped throughout the whole race. Kind of remember feeling a little bit frantic coming in, but us 4 girls ended up kind of going down the same wave, and we all ended up qualifying, which was good.
In the qualification heat, I just wanted to go out there, really look at the conditions, see what it was going to be like for the final. It was obviously going to change throughout the day, but it's a great way to warm up, sort of shake the cobwebs out, and I was lucky enough to make it straight through my heat to the finals.
There was just tension in the air. There was nervous energy. People were nervous. The Shannon Eckstein Classic is a race that I've wanted to win for a very long time, and I secured my spot in that final, and I was ready to go, and I really wanted to give it my best crack.
The feeling on the beach that morning for the qualifier for the main event was different. There were some tired boys. 7 a.m. the gun went, and I knew that you're going to have to dig deep and just really go for it if you want to be in that final. It was just such a sigh of relief to know that I'd booked a spot now into the big dance. You can go back and enjoy the buffet with the family.
Racing Friday afternoon through the heats warms my body up. It gets me ready again for Saturday and helps me again for Sunday. So the back-to-back style of races, I feel like the longer the weekend goes, the more comfortable I get on my ski and board. I feel better in the water when I'm swimming. So you start to get a pretty good feel for like what's working and what's not working. So 1 board leg to go, probably 4 to 5 minutes of hurting yourself a bit, and then you're going to be through and you can go home and recover.
You're rocking up on the line, looking at everyone going, wow, this is actually a pretty fair race here, we've got to be on. And it was stacked. I would say one of the better irons out of those 3. I think the whole 20 athletes could have been in the final. But honestly, it's probably one of the best irons I've done. I think I swam through to first, actually. I got to the lead and then just that was it. I think the next wave, someone came over top of me. I was down to the bottom of the sand and I was like, oh no, I'm in trouble here. So next thing you know, I'm running around transition to the board leg in 10th, 11th. You just need that few results to go your way and then next thing you know, you're off and running, that's it. But yeah, it's just trying to break through that barrier and get there. And yeah, it was pretty tough from the first 2 legs going into that and missing out.
Rock up on the Sunday knowing you have to do multiple heats and then have the iron final later on the day can be daunting, but we trained for this. Had a good race in round 1 of that morning, but just didn't find myself quite towards the front. Everyone lying up on that line in the repechage, they want that spot and everyone's going to fight tooth and nail for it. Ended up finishing pretty comfortably. I was stoked we're racing that iron final that afternoon.
The beauty of surf sports and the Shannon Eckstein Ironwoman Classic is that anybody can win. If it's your day and you get a little bit of luck, you just have to be close enough to take that title out. There's 20 girls on the line and every single one of them can take the trophy, the title and the $25,000. They're certainly the favourites, your Georgia Millers, your Lana Rogers. But outside of that, if you're having an absolute cracker and you're on fire, anything's possible.
Bloody knew I was nervous. She knew how much it meant to me and she just said, like, look, go out and relax, race your race. Don't get caught up in what anyone else is doing. There's going to be times where the lead changes and you just have to hang in there.
If you do get that free water, go. There's going to be heaps of luck in it.
The last 12 months have been really challenging. To come back from the broken back and to be where she is now is testament to her that she's such a freak. She's such a hard worker. She gives back to the sport. She's, without saying it's cliche, the pin-up girl of the sport. She's the pin-up girl of the sport. She's approachable, she's friendly, she's marketable, she is so good at every leg. She races her heart out, she leaves it all out there. I know a lot of the girls do that as well, so nothing taken away from them, but she's rare and she's, you know, I think she's really vying for this title.
So it was a big day and then you get to the finals package and I had my board final and my ski final before we even got to the iron final. So I still needed to do all the events to try and better my points in all of those. And especially from the perspective of not making it the day before, I was just really grateful to be there and I just wanted to enjoy it.
Ever since the Shannon Eckstein Classic began, it was always a race that I wanted to win. And it didn't matter how long it took, it was just something that was a goal of mine. I want to win that race one day. Standing on the line, you could feel the nervous energy, like even the heats, but it was more intense because this is the race that will also decide the overall title and the rankings of the top 6. We were all so close going into that last race, and so we were crowning the overall show and partners champion of the season. Once the gun goes, all of that nervous energy, all of it, it just washes right away.
A nice clean start in the middle for the orange ski of Georgia Miller, off to a flyer. But look at the alley that Tiarnee Massie has out. She has flown out on that northern side. She sits up and over. She times that ramp perfectly.
Yeah, Georgia Miller is absolutely flying. There was a couple of little waves that came left and right of her, but she managed to just sneak through without barely getting her hair wet.
I went into that and I just wanted to do the best I possibly could, and I think that was actually my first race in a while where I felt like me again. It felt amazing to be back up the front racing in a race with so many of the best athletes.
Lucy Derbyshire gets a nice little inside line, but it's Georgia Miller and Lana Rogers. They are eyeballing each other at the moment. They know what stakes are on the line, not only for the Shannon Eckstein Ironwoman Classic final, but the Shore and Partner Summer of Surf overall series.
Tactical around the cans. Whoever turns first gets the free run of the wave. So the girls are right up the front there. I think it's Lana, G, Naomi's on the left.
For Georgia, it's huge. Left everything out there on the Saturday in the tricky conditions and ended up with a 7th.
We might have the BMD Northcote duo pull down the front of this one.
Knowing that it is going to be literally every place counts, it's about being at the front, stay at the front as best you can.
There's a few that have gone sideways out the back there, Paulie. A few that have come unstuck, but it's Emily Doyle out in front right now. As we can see the chase pack. Look at the carnage off this edge of screen. It's Tiarnee, Massie and Lucy Derbyshire side by side trying to chase down Emily Doyle.
Lucy and I were actually right next to each other, and thank goodness we both held our skis and we both didn't slew, because if one of us slewed, we would have taken the other out.
At the moment, one of the greats in surf. How you feeling, Floody?
Oh, the girls are on fire. It's such a hard race. It's great conditions. It's really tough out there, but it's a bit of chaos, a bit of carnage, but it's going to be a long race, so tuck in for a big race.
Tuck in and good.
Let's go, G. Come on, work in, work in. Come on. Don't know me, work up. Come on, Jay. Good, Lana, push. Come on, Hazzy, back into it. Back right up, back in there, Liv, back in there.
We're in the open Ironwoman final, the second leg of 3. We've just completed the ski and Emily Doyle was first out of the ski. Tiarnee, Massie and Lucy Derbyshire chasing. There is Georgia Miller, your current series leader, in 4th position. She is trying to chase down Lucy Derbyshire and Tiarnee Massie.
With the swim being as long as it was, I was going to do what I did in the heat and conserve on the way out and sit on the feed and then make my move on the way in.
And look at Lucy Derbyshire calling up on the inside there. The inside line is a good place to be.
And she just went straight up the inside then. Lucy was like, I don't need to go to your feet. I'm going straight up the inside. I want to take this bull by the horn.
Going into this swim, I was going to look for wash. But as I started swimming, I felt really good.
It's going to be Lucy Derbyshire of Surface Paradise that hits the can first. But look at Georgia Miller right there on her feet, in striking distance now.
Coming towards the final can, I just wanted to put myself in a really good position because every point and position counts.
Look at that. You can almost throw a blanket over them. All 4 on screen have somewhat seemingly gone a different direction on the wave.
Us girls have gapped the rest of the field, and coming in, I kept looking over my shoulder for a wave and it was flat behind me.
Out the back, we can see waves breaking. Is the jag on? They stop, they turn, and there it is. The wave that we didn't want to happen for our leaders has happened because they get left behind.
You're like clawing your way through the race. You just want to get to the beach as quickly as you possibly can. And I remember just seeing girls' heads pop up everywhere, which was not part of the plan at all.
Tiarnee Massie emerges from the crowd as well. She goes around the handlers. We've got race on, Paulie. Get excited. We're about to have a big finish.
Come on, go early. Good skills.
Once I got into shore and I saw 2 girls in front of me still, I really worked that transition and I was ready to attack on the board.
Interestingly enough, look, Naomi Scott's board's up to the north there. Down to the south is Tiarnee, Massie and Lana. So already our 3 girls have been split.
2 different lines. Which one's gonna pay off? Who knows?
Went out on my board and I saw, of course, the 2 girls that were just behind me in the point score were out in 1 and 2, and I thought, you just can't script this, right?
For the moment, it's Lana Rogers in 1. I'm going to say Tiarnee Massie's now in 2 with Georgia Miller, Emma Woods and Naomi Scott.
It wasn't in my mind that I was going to attack early in that board, but I decided I'm going for it, and I just put my head down and started paddling, and I started gaining on Lana, and then I started going past Lana.
Tiarnee Massie needs to win if she's any chance of taking the overall series crown.
And I was like, okay. And that's when I was like, whoa, I can win this.
When you talk about fairy tale seasons and fairy tale finishes, Tiarnee Massie on her home beach of Maroochydore won the Maroochy Classic 7000. This would be the fairy tale finish for the season to her.
The beauty of Tiarnee Massie is she's not going to stop fighting for the entire race. She will grind it out every single leg. And if you get into the 3rd leg of an Ironwoman race with Tiarnee Massie, you know you're going to have to be at your absolute best to get it done. She will fight and fight and fight to the very end.
Lana Rogers has got to go now because Tiarnee Massie has absolutely dropped the hammer.
And I actually saw an absolute bomb of a wave coming, and I thought, you know what, this is my opportunity.
Tiarnee Massie's gonna have to sit and wait and join. We've got a sprint finish out the back. They fall from the sky as well. We've got 3 on this leading wave, but it's 3 of the best that we've got to offer right here. They are going to go to battle across the sand here, Paulie. Tiarnee Massie, Lana Rogers and Georgia Miller. Who has the wheels? Who has the speed? Georgia Miller with a nice line in. It's Lana Rogers that emerges out the centre. Look at the arms fly down from Tiarnee Massie. She's got the nose just in front. She's in front of Miller and Rogers. Massie of Marucci gets chased down by Lana Rogers. Does she have enough? What a finish! Tiarnee Massie wins the 2024 Shaw and Partners Financial Services Shannon Eckstein Iron Woman Classic, and she's embraced by boyfriend Ollie Monaghan. That was the best finish we have seen to the Iron Woman Classic of the Shannon Eckstein weekend. Wowee, Paulie, what a race.
I didn't know it was that close until I watched it back. It was like, wow.
That was insane. What emotional scenes here on Northcliffe Beach for the Shaw and Partners Financial Services Shannon Eckstein Iron Woman Classic.
It's like a pinch me moment. Like, is this really happening right now? Like, little Tiarnee would be so proud right now. I think it made it even more special running up the beach with Georgia and Lana being the 2 girls who were vying for that overall spot and are the best in our sport at the moment. They are at the top level, and any time that I'm going around with them, I know that I am with the best, and that's something that even now, thinking about it, I'm like, wow, I am truly racing the best women in our sport.
To win the Shannon Eckstein Iron Woman Classic for Tiarnee Massie is to announce to the world that she's arrived at the top end of surf sports. She's had big wins at the past, but this is on another level. This is an announcement that I can win against the best when it matters most. And it might be the thing that defines her career in the end, because to win this title puts you in a rare air group of Iron women that have done something truly special.
I was disappointed. I really wanted to win that overall point score. I'd been winning the whole time up until literally the last 5-10 metres of a race. So it just is what it is. Second seems to be my number this year, but hopefully I can change it for next season. Fingers crossed.
Tiarnee Massie can take this as far as she wants to go. She's young, she's hungry, she's talented, and she looks like being the next generation of true superstars in the Shaw and Partners Summer of Surf. I don't think today was the last win we're ever going to see of Tiarnee Massie, and she's going to take this ride as far as she possibly can. When you get to the Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic, people talk about it's the best in the business, but I don't think they understand just how good these Ironmen are. They've worked their entire life to be at peak fitness for this one day, the one event that matters most to them. It doesn't get any bigger. The stage is set, the athletes are ready, and we're gonna find out who really is the best in the world at Ironman racing.
Last one.
I think the importance of the race, it speaks for itself. It's the Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic. It's named after the greatest Ironman that's ever existed in our sport, and everyone wants it.
I wanted to win Shannon's race again. That was my goal and a bit of a motivator for me. I kept saying it, how cool would it be to win this race twice?
Everything leading up to this Iron final, my training's been good. I've done everything that you can do. I'm fit, I'm healthy, and I'm ready to go. So it's race time.
I was next to Matt Bevilacqua on the start line, and him and I got away to a nice one. When I'm with Bevy off a start, you know you're doing pretty well because he is lightning off the beach.
Because see on the northern side, Joe Collins, we've watched this happen over the season so far. To look at the top of screen as well, Matt Bevilacqua right there in the centre of screen, that stealth black ski of Ali Day of Surfers Paradise.
And again, out of the corner of my eye, I saw this black ski heading up. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, can't that guy just get hit by one wave? Like, but that moment left my mind pretty quickly when I saw him come up next to me, and I thought, okay, the boys are on.
Kendrick Louis, he hasn't had the best summer in terms of results, but ski, swim, board, this guy loves to win races.
But how does he do this time and time again? Ali Day put himself in this position once again right at the front of the race.
Ali Day looks very comfortable in that opening leg there, and he's done very well to get sucked around by Bevilacqua. Louis was close as well. Mistakes are going to cost Finn Askew, and he's going to have to produce the swim of his life if he wants to get back into it.
Matt Bevilacqua and Ali Day go head-to-head.
There's no mates when they're racing for this sort of money and this sort of a trophy duff, man. Make no mistake about that. The Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic, you put friendships aside and look at the guys out in front. Bevilacqua, Ali Day, Joey Collins and Kendrick Louis.
The winner was probably going to come from who was going to be on that opening front wave in the ski. Bevy and I got one together, and I was a little bit behind him, and he was able to just like hold a little bit further through the gutter.
They're coming back in, they're getting into the wave area, so pretty close now. There's a fairly big pack there though, so Finn was there, he's going to have a big swim. I reckon he'll catch up a bit.
Ali Day will not let him go. Ali Day right there next to him, and he looks like he may just miss that wave. There we go. Matt Bevilacqua gets down that wave all by himself, and he opens up a nice little lead over Ali Day and Kendrick Louis.
And I got stuck in sort of like dead water, and then the guys behind me, they came up to me on the same wave. So I was on the second best case scenario in terms of what the position I wanted to put myself in.
Work it, work it. Hit your left. Let's go, Al. Strong legs, momentum. Fade right.
He's hit the ground running here, Bevy. Look, he's up and he's flying around this transition. As we can see, Ali Day and Kendrick were not too far behind on that next wave. We haven't been able to see Joey Collins yet, but we know he's going to be eating up this low tide transition. He is going to be wanting to make a move back up to the front.
I dove in with Joe and I think Kendrick as well and a few others. And Bevy was probably 10, 15 metres ahead of us. He swam unbelievably.
This is a nervous position for Bevy to be in. He's improved his swim leg incredibly this off-season. He's swimming a lot better than he has in past, but when you've got Joey Collins, Ali Day and Kendrick Louis jumping in hot on your feet, that does make you nervous because they are three of the best swimmers in the field.
I thought, if anyone's going to pull us to the front here, it's going to be Ali. So stuck to his feet, and I thought, okay, we're sitting pretty nice here. And I don't normally do it, but I felt like a bit complacent. And he probably put a metre or two just like that.
It's Matt Bevilacqua right out there in front. Joe Collins and Ali Day in second and third as the boys tussle around again. Look at Joey Collins lay on into Ali Day. Gets a little bit of justice there, I believe.
I felt like we were there and he was there pretty much the whole time. Like we weren't really sort of gaining. So I was hoping to bridge that gap.
Matt Bevilacqua doing everything right at this stage of the race. But look at that, he's about to get a little foot tickle there from Alistair Day as he looms back up behind him. Ali Day starting to work his way into this one here.
Well, coming back in, I swam up to Bevy's feet.
And look at that, Ali Day under fatigue in an Ironman surf race will be unstoppable as he leaves Bevy in his wake.
Swim's one of my strengths. Was overtaking people left and right, and then came in, it's a peaky swell.
I breathed to my left and I saw white water. I thought, oh no, There's people on that for sure.
Just a little whitewash just sat up right up on me, and I was able to kick and swim my way onto it.
Look at that wave on the southern side. We've got 2 at least on it.
And I felt myself up the top, and then I sort of just dropped down, holding your breath, kicking like crazy.
Look at the surf skills there from the Surfers Paradise duo.
And then you stand up and you start thinking, I wonder who else was on the wave.
Was able to stand up, looked around, seen no one else around, and the race was on. It was the 2 Surfers boys going at it.
Askew has come from nowhere, and he has found himself at the front of this race.
I trained with Finn obviously every single day, and I knew it was him. And I was like, you beauty.
Let's go, Finny, get after it. Come on, strong legs. Go to your right.
The Surfers Paradise boys are 1 and 2 at the moment. Some great surf skills there from the young man, Finn Askew.
Coming out of the second leg of the Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic, Finn Askew has produced one of the best swims you will ever see in surf sports. Went in 10th, 11th, somewhere into that swim leg. He's come out on the front of the race with his training partner, Ali Day.
It's just kind of like training. We replicate this day in, day out. And I ran the transition hard, grabbed my board. So it wasn't an unfamiliar feeling. I felt comfortable, and I just knew this is my chance.
Finn Askew, though, off to a flyer in this open, the final board leg. This is anyone's chance now.
It pumped me up to see him up the front, and I knew he was going to smash the transition. He's such a good, confident racer. So I just knew it was just Finn and then me. And I'm like, okay, this is good. This is interesting.
Yeah, the southern side there, Ali Day has the best of it at the moment, and he is into some clean, green water.
I think I had one look. I could feel that he was right there. He's so fit and so handy on a board too.
Because it's Ali Day well and truly out in front and in command of this one now. A scary proposition for anyone there. Finn Askew, the only one that might be able to upset the party. But you have to say, Ali Day may just be too strong from this position, Paulie.
And at that moment, you're thinking, man, I might win this. And then as soon as that thought comes in, it gets taken straight away by a process of, no, you've been in this position so many times and lost. Get round the can, again, go for broke and chase the ocean.
There's a chase pack not too far behind, but Ali Day turns for home now, Paulie.
Oh, look at this. This is the final stages. This is where we see Finn Askew as he turns the race one can. He can see the finishing line and he goes, right, this is my time. This is the opportunity. He's got to get up and he's got to go because he knows how hard Ali's going to work.
Ali Day just manages to find a way to produce when it matters most. The entire summer of surf season, he's come oh so close. But when he turned that can for home, he looked like a man possessed. He found runner after runner and just managed to break the will of Finn Askew. And Ali Day just does Ali Day things. He is special when it requires a special effort.
Is that the winning wave for Alice today? We will wait and see.
You get it and you're like, I think I've got it, but you still got to get through the gutter. You've got to get down the shore without making a mistake.
There's still waves out the back. He looks over his shoulder. He sees his training partner, his club mate, Finn Askew.
I was pretty content after he had caught that wave. If there's one person you want to get beaten by, it's him, you know. He's the best.
It looks to me like he's going to be your 2024 Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic champion. He puts 2 to the sky because it's his second title. Just witness the greatness. He's the only one that contends with Shannon Eckstein as the greatest of all time. 9-time Coolangatta Gold champion, 3-time Australian Ironman champion, 5-time Iron Series champion. Now added to the resume, 2 Shore and Partner Summer Surf and the second Shannon Eckstein Ironman title. As he puts the 2 up to Earl Evans, co-CEO of Shore and Partners. He gets to enjoy this moment, something that doesn't happen every day. And what a star we are witnessing, the potential future GOAT, Alistair Day.
Like, obviously I was so pumped, but I was more just so happy to like win that race in that moment, to finish that way, to have a few seconds this year in the summer surf and not have won one, and to win it in those conditions. That's what I wanted. So yeah. And you got it. Got it. Signed, sealed, delivered.
He wants to make sure he sees all his friends and family before he has his interview down. He's looking for the family there. There is Danny Day, his beautiful wife, Curl. They're expecting number 2. He's a family man. He's not just a great on the sand. He's the best man off the beach as well. One of the greatest men in the history of surf sports.
There are a number of big titles you want to win in surf sports, and Ali Day is ticking them off one after another. And to be honest, he starts to be spoken about in the same vein as Shannon Eckstein himself as the greatest of all time. He won the Coolangatta Gold. He won the Kellogg's Nutrigrain Ironman Series. He won the Shaw & Partners Summer of Surf Series to win the Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic twice. He's the only man to ever do it. There's dominance and then there's greatness. And Ali Day is producing greatness every single time he puts his foot on the line. People win one event in a career and they talk about it for the rest of their life. Ali Day's won 3 of them so far in just a matter of months, and he doesn't look like stopping anytime soon.
The 6-person mixed taplin, the Frankenstein child of Earl Evans and Trent Goulding, years ago put their heads together and decided, what can we do to make this taplin relay as exciting as ever? And the mixed taplin relay was born.